Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I want to show you this deck today. This deck I like to call Phyrexian Total War. Phyrexian Total War is a pretty nice deck that uses this card here, Elas El Kor. This is a really good card. I like this card especially because it gives you 2 life every time a creature enters the battlefield. Excellent card. It's got a great flexibility in its use. You can use it for a lot of different things. It seems like every time we have a rotation, there's at least one of these cards that will gain you life when a creature comes into play. At least one of these will enter the rotation, and also one will probably exit the rotation. But you've seen this card in several different forms, right? It's a really good card. Good theme here, the Elas El Kor. Here's one that I like to use in collaboration with Elas. This is Rhea, Ivor, Bane of Bladehold. This is a nice one too. He says whenever this creature attacks, your other creatures get a little bit of a buff here. When this creature deals combat damage to your opponent's planeswalker, create X Phyrexian Might tokens. Your opponent gains X life, and X is of course equal to this creature's power. So you can kind of see how this deck will go, right? We're going to get this card down. We're going to see if we can put a buff on this creature. The way we're going to get our buff going is using this one here, the Long Live the Leader. All right, I'll go into what that does in detail in a second. But what's going to happen is this guy's going to do some damage. When he does that damage, we're going to get 3 of these Phyrexian Might tokens, right? You can see what they are over here. Basic creature, 1/1, right? Got some evergreens over here that's kind of useful. The thing is, when we get those creatures down on the board, because they are in fact creatures coming onto the board, it's going to trigger this guy's ability, right? Elas El Kor is gonna gain you 2 life for every single one of those creatures that enters the board right here, right? It says when another creature enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life. All right, you're gonna get 2 life for each creature that enters into play. Now, here's the good part of this deck. If you're able to launch that Long Live the Leader ability, you have this. Greater Resplendent Healing. Alright, this is a support card. Whenever you gain life, your creatures get +1/+1. Now, if you're following, you can see that there's a very nice combo. It's a brutal combo. You'll have that ability to gain +1/+1 from that Resplendent Leader card every time you gain life. What's going to happen is this guy's going to do damage. It's going to create Phyrexian Might tokens, right? So that Phyrexian Might is going to trigger this guy, the Elas El Kor. He's going to gain you 2 life every single time Phyrexian Might comes into play. When the Phyrexian Might comes into play, he's going to trigger the 2 life, as I said, and you're going to gain a small buff for every one of your creatures. That means Elas El Kor will gain a buff, and Rhea Ivor will also gain a buff, and then of course those other Phyrexian tokens will gain a buff. When this guy's buffing, he's going to get stronger and stronger, and he's going to be able to do more and more damage, which is going to give you the ability to play more and more mites, gain you more and more life, alright, get you that buff more and more, and a lot of times, really, is what it is. This is the rest of the deck. That's basically how we're going to win games. This is the rest of the deck. I have some things in here that I really like. This one will give double strike. We want to give double strike to Rhea Ivor, obviously. This one here is a really good one. This is one of the most useful cards, I think, in the set, right, that we have in this current standard rotation. Ignite the Beacon basically allows you to fetch a creature or a Vanguard card. Now, since this deck is it highly revolves around the combination that you'll get between these 2 cards, you're going to want to have Ignite the Beacon in your deck so you can pull the one that you're missing. Maybe you have this one in your hand, you're going to play it. You don't have this one yet, you're going to have Ignite the Beacon to help you to play that, to get that card and then play it. Same here with Dihada, Binder of Wills, right? You take a look at this first one here. Fetch a card from the top of your library. You can take a look at the first 4 cards. You can pick up 2. All right, and that's kind of the whole point of that, is to help you to pull these 2 cards, right? Obviously, again, if you get those 2 cards, you're going to have a nice combo. You're going to be able to do a lot of damage. All right, so let's take a look at how this deck will kind of play itself out. I'm really hoping to get that second ability really quickly. If we can get that second ability quickly, as well as play the two creatures that we need to play, right? Rhea Ivor and Elas Elcor. We're gonna have a nice video here. You're gonna see how strong they get. And this will be a quick video, to be honest, if we can get that down. Okay, it looks like we got Ivor right here. We got a support that gives us that double strike ability. I'm going to try to get these two down. You can read this in for yourself. What I would just like to say is if you get the Bladehold War Whip down, make sure you try to get this card second, right? Because the reason is you got this 4 Meridon token. This one, it's going to give you the Rebel. The Rebel has this ability here, Bravery, which kind of messes things up if this is not second, right? So play Elas Elcor, or sorry, Rhea Ivor first, and you shouldn't have any problems. This is a good deck for Ajani, the Strength of the Pride. If you don't have Ajani, here are the mana bonuses. Here are the abilities. I'm obviously going to go looking for red and green, and especially white. Okay, here we are. Oh, this is great. Elas Elcor. Okay, I tell you what we'll do. I'm gonna go like this. This is really nice. We're gonna get Rhea Ivor out. It's gonna attack next turn. We're gonna get the double strike ability at some point, and then Elas Elcor is gonna come out. So that's gonna be really good. This is a really good start for this deck. I really like how this is going. Alright, let's go with this. Now, I have this one here, Aerial Boost. It gives you a buff, gives you some blocking ability with the Vigilance. You can kind of substitute that one out if you don't have that one. It's not a hard card to get, so I'm guessing you probably do have it. Alright, Elas Elcor. We'll go Aerial Boost. As I said, we like to give the buff to Ivor here. It's gonna have double strike, and there we go, the Phyrexian Mites. I always go with this one here to replace, because we kind of don't need that Rebel, the Red Rebel, right? What we want is what we have here: Rhea Ivor, then Elas Elcor, and then my Mites coming up. All right, you get to see that Rhea attacks again, obviously because you got the double strike. So the first amount is setting up these Phyrexian Mites, and then it gets a second bunch of Phyrexian Mites. So really cool. Okay, cool stuff happened just now. You'll notice that we got a little bit of a boost on the convert here. That's not huge, but what was huge is that it gave us the last one that we needed, that last loyalty point that we needed right there. And you'll see how this one works. This is going to be a short video because it kind of clicked on the amazing little combo there. Now, replace creature, I'm going to say no, really, because we want this one out here, right? We don't need this guy. I'm going to put not now. Now, what you'll notice is Rhea Ivor is going to get the double strike. He's going to attack, and when he does attack, he's gonna gain life and then gain a buff, and then you're going to see this guy get really big. Okay, Dihada, Binder of Wills. We'll go like this. Kind of doesn't really matter here at this point. And you're going to see how this deck works. You see that he's getting some damage on the opponent. Once that damage on the opponent starts to go, Phyrexian Might is played. And Elas Elcor will, of course, use the life gain from that. And then, of course, we're going to be able to get a nice buff again. Right, and you can see how this is going to work. Nice big buff coming. The next time that we attack, you can see that Rhea Ivor's gotten a whole lot stronger. He's going to be able to put a lot of those amazing Phyrexian Might tokens down. Okay, so this is coming out nicely. We're putting down a lot of points here. We're getting a lot of damage done. We're getting life back. We're getting those Phyrexian Mites out. This is going the way we want, guys. I have to say I really like this deck, especially because we're getting that nice buff. We're putting down a ton of these Phyrexian Mites. One of the things that I do like as well is that you got this toxic ability here, right? Toxic 7, it says. That means when this guy attacks, he's gonna not only do the damage, but he's gonna give these toxin tokens, right? These Phyrexian toxin tokens. He's gonna give 7 of them. 7 is a nice number, because what's gonna happen is in 2 more turns, if this guy is even still alive, he's gonna be able to take the rest of the damage that you need here. Right, and that's gonna give you 7 more tokens, and then another 7 more tokens, and at some point he's gonna lose because he's all tokened out. Right, you got that 20 reinforcements on that Phyrexian token. That's another way you win. Obviously, he's probably not gonna get to that point because we're gonna win on this turn. You got so many Phyrexian mites out here. Well, we're making more, right? Because we got this guy. He's attacked. He's gonna attack again. So really cool stuff. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna hit the fast forward button maybe in a bit. We'll see how long this thing goes, but it would be great if you guys liked and subscribed. You guys know how it is. That helps the channel. Please also share with your friends. That helps the channel a whole lot too. All right, I'm gonna let it go and hit that button. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's it for me. Good gaming, guys. There you guys go. I hit that stop button, and this is the end right there, guys.